Hi again folks, this is part 2 of my Amiga A600 strip down. It's only a few minutes have passed. I've removed the floppy disk drive unit and the two cables connecting it to the motherboard. That was relatively simple. All it was a single screw that holds it in place. You take that screw out, then you can lift the floppy disk up and work the cables off it. These two cables wait a minute. This end plugs into the back of the floppy disk unit, and this end plugs into the front corner here of the Amiga 600. The power cable, it plugs in over here beside this ribbon connector. And this is the red ribbon connector for the keyboard. Okay, so that just pulls out, gently pull that out. There appears to be a little bit of damage on there. I don't know if that's repairable or if I have to buy a new ribbon. Now I've also, you'll notice, taken the memory expansion out of the trapdoor, as it's called. It just fits in here. Now the reason I'm doing this, I've got two reasons for doing this follow-up video so soon, is I'm actually quite concerned. Yeah, I don't know if the camera is going to focus, but I'll try to show you some of the corrosion on the main board itself. This camera's just not focusing anymore. Hold on, I've got a little fix for this. 1 second. I don't know what these things are called. I think they're jewelers loupiers or something like that. It's a French word, I believe, but it's handy for looking at the fine details on things. So I just stick it up in front of the lens, like so, and hold it there, and sometimes it helps depending on the position. There we go. So that rusty lump you're seeing in there, I believe, is a capacitor. So it's probably popped and the acid has leaked out. I believe that this machine is in dire need of what they call a recap, where they basically replace all the capacitors. I don't even know how it's still functioning like that. I tried this machine last night and it booted up and loaded games, no bother. The other reason I was doing this follow-up video so soon, is I'm actually struggling to get this shield out. Now I don't know if this shield is connected or just clipped on to the motherboard in some way, but as I'm lifting the shield, it's lifting the motherboard with it. Yeah. Now the back end of the sockets here, they seem to be pushing through. So as I'm lifting it seems quite loose there, and it's almost like they're ready to come out. But over this end, these ones are refusing to budge, and it's possibly because these sockets are getting stuck here. So I'm not sure how to go about that actually. And it's delicate, if you put too much force in this, you're going to break or snap something or crack it, and I don't want to do that. Well, you don't want to do that, do you? Shit. So, and I've actually found very few videos on how to do this online. In fact, none, so that's why I'm struggling. Didn't look very hard, right enough. I like to just get in a bit, you know. Maybe it's a good thing that I opened this up when I did. All these iron particles, ferrite particles, they're conductive and they can cause havoc inside a computer. All sorts of short circuits, and then you get 12 volt on 5 volt rails and such like, and that'll just burn up any of your components that's inside your machine. So I think I will leave it there for now. This is my problem. I wanted to demonstrate the problem I'm having. It may be simple, it may be something that's not quite as simple as you would hope it to be. And it's simple. There we go. You lift, okay, I've just got it I think, folks. You lift this corner up, you pull this edge out towards the camera or towards you, and you get your finger in underneath the socket here and just help prise it up a little bit at the same time, and then it will start to lift up. So you can see now that the sockets are no longer in alignment with the slots in the case, and maybe we just need to try and give it a bit of pressure from the back. Yep, that's helping. And here as well, maybe. Yeah, just wiggle it out incrementally. Okay, and that's it out. Oh Christ, look at that. Jesus. Oh. Right. Yeah. Something bad has happened to this machine. Is it Coca-Cola? God knows. Right, let's see what's on the dark side of the moon here. Spin it over. Okay, well, I wasn't aware of this, but the RF shielding actually covers the underside as well. And that's where the majority of the rust is coming from, I hope. So right, I need to get the RF shielding off it next. Now I know a lot of guys that are really into the Amiga scene. They do away with the RF shielding altogether. I suppose it depends on your location, whether you're experience a lot of radio frequencies or not. But the next thing is, how does this come off? You know, what is, they seem, okay, I think I'm seeing it actually. Seems to be a lot of these little tabs here. Now I think it's just going to be a case of bending them up. Right, I'll do that with both hands because I don't want to damage anything. Two, this one here. 3. Over here. 4. 1 there. 5. 6. this corner. 7. And then there's 3 along the back. 8. 9. And 1 in the middle here. 10. Okay. So I think that will come off now. Some of these parts are rusted together, I'm thinking. Alright, okay. See, I'm conscious of time as I'm doing this, because that's another 11 minutes gone, folks. And you know, you're sitting there watching it, and I know that I've only got a 20-minute limit on my record time. And doing these videos isn't easy, you know, because you can get distracted, and then the content you're making is quite boring. You know, you've got maybe something that's repetitive, or something that you're struggling with, like this, and you're not actually making any progress. And you can be thinking about what you're doing, which is a good idea, obviously, but you forget to speak to you know, the audience. So it's not, well, anyway. I'm getting off the subject, aren't I? Let's get back to this thing. This hacksaw blade is actually a good little tool for this. It can get in underneath, between the 2 layers of shielding. I shouldn't really have started this today. I've got enough things to be doing. Okay, it's loose there. In the middle it's not loose. It's actually difficult to do this without, while you're trying to lift it and press down on it at the same time. You've got to find areas that you can apply pressure to the underside while supporting the underside, and applying upward pressure on the upper layer. And it's just a case of patience, I think, and slowly wiggling it up. If it's sticky at all, which this is. Okay. And not remembering not to force it, because, you know, these printed circuit boards are actually a lot tougher than we first assumed back in the 70s and 80s, you know, when computers and video players and hi-fis and all the rest became a everyday item. Well, I wouldn't say everyday, but a consumer item, let's put it that way. Anytime you're inside one, it was like, oh, don't touch this or don't touch that, you know. People were scared of it. Right, there's one. There's another tab here. I don't know if your camera's seeing that, but there's just another tab in there that I'd missed. So that's the 11th one. That's certainly helping hold it down in this area. So that's a lesson to you, folks. Let my mistake be a lesson. Double check for extra that's off there. That's almost off here. Right. Okay. It's starting to move now, people. Right. So there's only this two at the back here that seems to be holding it now at all. And I don't think they're going to pose much of a fight now. There's a bit here in the middle at the back as well that's still sticking a little bit. Okay. That's that. Just this back corner now that's giving me a little bit of trouble. There we go. Right. And here comes the RF shielding, people. There we go. Inside it's not too bad. The shielding anyway. You know, there's spots of rust where it's come all the way through. But that's not the concern. Let's see what the actual circuit board looks like. Yeah, right. This one here is certainly suffering. There's a bit of corrosion on this. That will be the floppy disk drive power there. Hold on a minute, I'm going to get some more light on this subject because it's a little bit dim in here today. Ugh. Right, I've only got 2 minutes left, so let's see, hurry this along. There's a fair bit of dirt, areas of corrosion on these caps as well. A lot of fuzz on these little resistors and such like. There's a lot of corrosion on this shield here. And I think that's maybe just a little bit of dirt on these two small capacitors in here. These capacitors appear okay. That one's a little bit corroded maybe. This is the version 2.5 Kickstart, 2.5 37.30 Commodore Amiga. We've got the Junebug revision 1.3. Don't know what that means. 1991, copyright 1991. What else have we got here? I think this is meant to be the clock or something, I'm not sure. Right, okay, there is some corrosion, but not a lot. The main problem really is, I think, this cap over here. And that may just be corrosion that's leached through from the RF shield. Some of these pins are just a little bit dirty. They could do with a little clean. This ribbon cable, I'm a bit concerned about that. I don't know how to clean them. I'll need to try and ask someone. They're very delicate, and I don't know if I can get a replacement for that easy. I've discovered that one of my external hard drives is not working. Right, okay folks, bye for now.